Get ready for some real, relatable, and motivational conversations with podcast host Angela A. Love Lewis. Join her and her guests as they empower you to deal with the inner you so you can heal, believe, and lead yourself to the life of your dreams. It's time to take the limits off and experience true InnerVation. Let's get to it.
Hello and welcome to InnerVation, motivating you from the inside out. I am your podcast host, Angela A. Love Lewis, and I am super excited again to be with you here today so that we can just talk about ways to motivate ourselves. So I'm really excited because today I wanted to share with you some thoughts I have about just doing maybe an evaluation of where you are in life right now. And when I think about it, most times we always set goals or, have vision boards or, New Year's resolutions. All of those things are always happening at the beginning of the year. And we look at the big picture of what we hope to achieve, what our big thing is for the year. But I want to kind of shift it a little bit and let's start kind of doing quarterly reviews. If you think about it, if you've worked at a job at any time, a lot of times they have quarterly reviews where they sit down and the employees get together with the supervisors or the managers and, they talk about where they are and they reevaluate how things are progressing throughout the year so far. And are they on pace? Have they lacked a critical thing that may keep them from achieving the goals they've set forth? It's an opportunity to kind of recalibrate and get on track. And maybe even some things have come up that could cause you to even shift what the original vision was. And so if we do that for business, why not do it for our own personal lives, our own personal goals, whether that is career goals, weight loss goals, whether it is goals of money goals, whatever your goals are. How about instead of looking at an annual thing, take it and also break it up into quarterly reviews to just check your progress and see where you are, to kind of evaluate if you're moving in the right direction. And if you are, then celebrate that. You guys know I'm big on celebrating your wins, big or small. And this is an excellent opportunity for us to do that. We're coming up on the end of the first quarter of the year, and 2022, I don't know about for you, but it has been absolutely phenomenal. I've had some really great wins so far and looking forward to even more, but it's also gave me a reason to sit back and think about where I am right now. And if I need to make any changes that would actually make my 2022 even better. And so when I think about it, this, of course, when you think about quarterly reviews, the best times to do it is either at the end of a quarter or the beginning of a quarter, right? And so right now we think we're at the end of March. So it's a perfect time that we're coming up on the last days of March, getting ready to enter into April. So end of March, beginning of April. End of June, beginning of July, end of September, beginning of October, end of December, beginning of January. And when you look at it like that, from that perspective, it gives you an opportunity every 3 months to just make sure that things are heading in the right direction. And if they aren't, it's just like the GPS. When you put a GPS and you're going to a destination, and if you pass where you're going, then the GPS is going to start saying rerouting. And that's what a quarterly review allows us to do, to reroute if we're off track. And if we're on track, then to continue to proceed. But maybe now in these 3 months, you've got more information that can help you make even better decisions, that can make your goals larger or even more achievable than what you thought initially. See, quarterly reviews create a higher sense of urgency than just setting that one annual goal that you have. One thing it does is it gives you increased focus. It allows you to concentrate your effort and encourage action for your goals. And that's what the biggest thing is, because sometimes, as visionaries, we see the big pictures, but sometimes we might miss out on some details. But when you come back and check it every quarter, Now you can put some action in place to help you to achieve that goal faster or better than what you initially thought. Quarterly reviews also help you plan ahead, and when you do it, that really saves time and effort. And who doesn't want to do that, right? We want to maximize our time so that we can achieve the things that we want to achieve. Doing quarterly reviews can also help you reduce mistakes because now when you notice them quicker. And so you can make those adjustments to course correct. When you think about it, another benefit is that it just makes it easier to plan for the next 3 months than for the next 12 months. It's kind of what they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So when you're thinking about planning, those 3 months are so much easier to grasp a hold of than it is to look at the whole year. So again, a lot of times people say, where do you see yourself at in a year or 5 years or 10 years? And so those are great long-term goals. But even inside the long term, think of the short term, and that's how powerful a quarterly review is. It also allows us to prioritize specific goals. It gives us a chance to focus on different goals or create areas of focus throughout the year. So when you do that, prioritizing just helps you in so many more ways. And I think that when you implement this into your daily life, when you implement this into how you show up and how you maneuver and what your overall goals are, it makes it so much more better to have it happen. And let me tell you, when you have an increase in focus and urgency, it causes you to procrastinate less. Yes, I don't know about you guys. I'm just going to be honest. I have been a procrastinator probably all of my life. I remember being in school and studying for tests in the morning. I would have my mom wake me up a little earlier than usual so I could study for a test or finish writing a paper or, all of those things. And I convinced myself that procrastinating, I just, under pressure, I operate better, right? But in actuality, I put more stress on myself than I needed to. And so when you look at doing quarterly planning and doing reviews, it actually helps you to procrastinate less. When deadlines are shorter, we are less likely to wait until the last minute because we don't think we have as much time, right? A quarter is enough time to accomplish different types of goals, but it also makes every month and every week count so that it's less likely to be wasted. And that's the biggest thing. You don't want to waste your time. We want to be intentional. We want to be focused. We want to be driven in the right areas. When you think about it, salespeople said when they set quarterly goals, they have more sales than people who maybe don't take that approach. And so you want to be positioning yourself to achieve more because you have a more focused target when you're doing the quarterly reviews. So as a result of the increased urgency, the focus and the prioritization, you get more done and you can accomplish your goals faster. I think sometimes we don't realize when you put so much on your plate and you're trying to juggle multiple tasks, you want to stay on point. But when you're all over the place and you've got it and you're just looking out, you sometimes think that I've got so much time and I can achieve this or, this will still happen. But it's so much easier on you when you take the time to break it down and just do a quarterly review. The difference is you want to be more action focused than big picture or vision focused. That's what it allows you to do when you do a quarterly review for yourself. And again, it's all about us just motivating ourselves from the inside out, thinking about how you can be more powerful, how you can be more impactful, how you can be more influential. And that happens when you break things down on a smaller basis. It just gives you opportunity to declutter and organize your space to set yourself up for success. When you're able to declutter your mind, when you're able to, tackle your surroundings every 90 days, that just puts you and positions you to be in a better place to move forward for the things that you have coming up. You want to start off with a clear space and a calm mind. Multiple studies show that you feel better and you feel more focused when your space is organized and decluttered. If it's outer order, That means inner calm. And listen, there's nothing like peace. Peace helps you to be more centered and grounded, where you can accomplish so much more. When you have clarity of thought, it allows you to tap into the greatness that God has put inside of you. And that's what really makes life better, when we can tap into the things that we were created to do all along. I know I sometimes give you guys, talk about the Bible and my belief and all of that. And in the Bible, it says that Jesus came that we may have life and have it in more abundance. Well, being able to operate from a decluttered mindset allows you to consider an abundance mindset, where you start thinking about how things can be accomplished, where you can start seeing things in a different manner, because you already know that your mind is clear to receive instructions, and you can start operating and taking action to achieve it. If you want to set the mood, you can grab a drink, get comfortable, put on some uplifting music, and then start focusing on those things that are being deposited into your mind as you become clear and have that less cluttered environment. You can also do a brain dump. Write out anything you want to get out of your head. This could be anything that you want to remember, take note of, or anything that's taking up space in your head. You want to have clarity and a fresh mind. When you do that, now go back and review your past quarter. Review how well it went overall, or maybe think about some areas that need to be improved, some areas that you feel like I didn't hit my goal. Maybe you want to lose 15 pounds and maybe you only lost 8. Well, what could you do to tweak that? Maybe you wanted to have $5,000 in the bank and maybe you only got 2,000. Okay, what areas can you adjust to make that goal achievable in the next 90 days? See, it's all about just looking at where you've been and then where you're going. And it's okay to take a few steps back sometimes. It's a natural part of success. It's not a straight line or always going up, or, it can be a variety of ways for us to achieve success. And just because you didn't hit it doesn't mean you're not going to get to the end goal. But you have to reevaluate and reassess things so that you can get to where you're trying to go. And it may require you to pivot. We all should be familiar with pivoting from the pandemic. It caused us to shift in so many ways. People who were used to going to work sometimes now had to stay at home. People who were used to, hanging out with friends and family had to, start looking at other ways to connect, whether it was through Zoom or, some FaceTime, other methods of us getting together and staying connected. When you want to make sure that you're making adjustments when necessary so that you can focus on your overall progress as well as the small wins. A couple of questions you can ask yourself, is how did my month go? And rate each month. Sometimes we need to see, what kind of progress are we making? And if you step back and look at it, just give yourself a rating. Was it a 6? And if it was a 6, what could make it a 10? If it was a 3, then what can you take a look at that can help you improve over the next 3 months? Look at the progress that was made or the accomplishment that you did achieve, and then figure out how can you celebrate it to give you that energy you need to go to the next level. Evaluate maybe, again, the changes that you need to do. Review your habits and behaviors and see what were you thinking or what kind of emotional state were you in that may have caused you to not go for what you have put down for your original vision. Think about those things, because it's really powerful when you start looking at how you move. Sometimes when you're trying to lose weight, if you're not writing down what you're eating, then how do you know what's working? If you start losing weight, it could be anything. If you're just all over the place, maybe you're doing multiple things and you don't really know what your success pattern looks like. But if you keep track of what you're doing, it helps you, I promise, it helps you to achieve things better and quicker. When you review your goals and your someday list, you got to really take a look at, because sometimes we just celebrate where you are, but then when you don't hit your goals that you want, then get recommitted. It's never too late. Delayed does not mean denied. You have to look at things and realize that we're human and we all make mistakes, and give yourself some grace to realize that maybe I'm not where I want to be. Maybe I didn't knock it out the park like I thought I would, but that doesn't mean that you throw in the towel. It doesn't mean that you quit. It just means that you evaluate where you are and figure out, what do you need to implement that can get you where you need to go? What do you need to change about your behavior or your thought processes or how you show up or your actions? What do you need to incorporate that will make it better? Who can you get that can maybe be an accountability partner that can show you what you need to do to achieve whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve? See, the goals that we set are where we want to go, but they can always be changed, because you are the person who's in charge. You are the leader of yourself. So lead yourself well. And if that means saying, you know what, I procrastinated this time, or, I was experiencing depression because of whatever was going on in my life. And sometimes we may need to have conversations with people, and it's okay to seek out a therapist, or it's okay to get you a coach or a mentor that can help you to get to the next level of whatever it is you want to do. And with their help, maybe you can revise your plan and then remove the things that are not working for you and replace them with things that are going to help you become better. And it's okay, because motivating yourself from the inside out requires you to take a look at where you are, an honest assessment, so that you can figure out, how do I get to where I'm trying to see myself? I visualize myself being amazing. I visualize myself doing great things, being a major impact on the people in my life, And so if that's not where you are now, if you're not achieving the desired money goals, take a step back, review where you've been, and then connect with some people who can help you get there. And maybe you need to make some changes with the people that you're affiliating with. Maybe who you were involved with the first 3 months of this year. Maybe you need to seek out other people to collaborate with and connect with. Maybe you need to set a different table so you can get the resources and information you need to help you achieve your goals. It's all a matter of taking a look at where you are, reassessing it, and then making the necessary changes so that you can get there. Rejoice when you've accomplished your goals. Always, always celebrate you. Recommit to your goal when you haven't accomplished your goals, but would still like to pursue it. Revise if you'd like to make changes to your goal, and put in the steps needed to get there. Remove whatever's not working. And it's okay if you decide that I need to make some changes. It's okay. And once you've decided on your choice of action, then put a list together on how you're going to achieve it. And then work through that for the next 90 days. And at the end of that time, reevaluate where you are. See, when you review, oh my gosh, it positions you to have such a better grasp on where you're headed. I know they talk about, looking in the rearview mirror. It doesn't have to control you, but it can give you a vision of, okay, let me see where I've been so I can be clearer about where I'm going. You may want to write a new list out, and it may include some new hobbies you want to try, new skills you want to learn, even movies you want to watch, or books that you want to read, restaurants you want to try, or places that you want to visit. It could be a personal project or business ideas, social activities, or even giving back and helping other people. Whatever's on your list, make a plan of the best way to accomplish what you're trying to do. You want to do this each and every quarter. And as you do that, it's going to help you to be more clear. It's going to help you to be more focused. It's going to help you to be stronger. It's going to help you to feel better about what you do, because all of that energy can be channeled to achieving the best that you have out there for yourself. Lead yourself well. It's not about what everybody else is doing, because we're not competing against anyone else. We're only competing against ourselves. So the quarterly reviews allow you to compete against what you've done and make it better. And I tell you, once you start seeing the impact of a quarterly review, you'll want to do it each and every time, because you will be able to take a better assessment. See, it's the things that we put off that makes it harder. And sometimes we bloat things up and we think that it's going to be require so much, especially when you're procrastinating. It's really just, the fear of the unknown. But when you tackle it, when you review and see what you didn't do so that you can start making plans to get it done, and you do it from a smaller time period, now you're going to accomplish it, and it's not going to be so much stress and pressure on you. Again, it's that peace that surpasses all understanding. Implement it. This is the perfect time. You don't have to wait, because we're at the end of a quarter, getting ready to go into the next one. And for those who maybe never even did a vision board or, put goals out there, then this is the perfect time. Go ahead and set it for the next 3 months and then see where you are. I'm telling you, it can be the most powerful tool in your toolbox to start evaluating yourself on a quarterly basis. See, most people who are visionaries, they're looking way ahead. But in order for those things to come to fruition, you've got to check off the boxes of the goals that you've set forth, or the details that will make those big visions happen. So I challenge you guys. Take the time this week, put it on your calendar. Mark some time to look back and reassess these first 3 months in 2022. What did you do good? What could you have done better? And what did you say you were going to do that you never even started? Don't be hard on yourself, though. Give yourself some grace, because we all fall into traps of being complacent, or saying we're going to do something and then never taking the steps to make it happen. But guess what? 2022, we're going to motivate ourselves from the inside out by putting in position the things that are going to help us to achieve what we need to achieve. And it starts with setting quarterly goals and reviewing those goals every quarter. So that way we will start seeing more and more things that are going right in our life instead of going wrong. We'll have more reasons to celebrate instead of having anxiety and being in a depressed state. We'll start, connecting with people who can get us where we want to go, whether there's a new coach, a new mentor, or just a new organization that you can get strength from, that you can get ideas from to implement. You never know what can happen, but 90 days doesn't seem like a long time, but it can be a big difference in you achieving whatever it is that's your goal in life. So that's what I have for you guys today. Think about implementing a 90-day quarterly review just for your life overall. Break it down into every single part, Even think about your relationships. If you're married, are you and your spouse connecting like you used to? Are you putting in date nights? Are you and your kids spending quality time together? Maybe every quarter plan something for you guys to do. And if you didn't spend a lot of time, figure out, put some game nights in, or, go hang out at the park, or, the weather's getting better. So maybe you can start making some trips together and building memories, enjoying life. We have something, even if it's your spiritual goals. Are you spending time, really getting yourself centered and grounded and in alignment with God and what He wants for you? Are you being able to declutter your mind so that you can hear His voice? Are you taking time to be in prayer or meditation? Are you taking time to write in your journal? When you do a quarterly review, you have an opportunity to review what you've been doing. And when you do it, it can position you to have such a more powerful place in life to show up. You're going to show up better if you're able to do this consistently. I think you're going to be able to see some amazing results. So again, I am your host, Angela A. Love Lewis. And I want to tell you guys, y'all know I don't really say a whole lot about it, but I am an empowerment speaker. I am a publisher with A&M Publishing and Productions, and I am the editor-in-chief of iShine magazine. And so one of the things that I believe in is that people really should position themselves for visibility in your business, because if you are the best known secret, then how are people going to find out and tap into the wonderful products and services that you have, or experience you because you are your brand? How will they know if you don't get visible? Well, I want you to book a consultation with me. Go to www.getvisibilitynow and book a consult with me so we can talk about how to get you more visible. Because when you have visibility, that's what gets you credibility. And once you become credible, that's how you become profitable. And so I really love talking to people about their goals and their dreams and positioning them to be seen and heard, whether it's through this podcast, whether it's through the iShine magazine, whether it's through doing ebooks to show your expertise in your business, or being an author and sharing with people your story and how it can help you to go to the next level. So again, go to www.getvisibilitynow.com and book a consultation with me, and let's explore how we can get you more visibility so that you can be no longer the best kept secret, but you can get out there and have more eyes on who you are and what you do. It can be a definite game changer. Until next time, guys, make sure you like, share, comment if you're getting any value out of the podcast. I would love to hear from you. You can reach me. Go to my website. It's www.IamAngelaLewis.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Y'all take care.